So we've got the Jungle Book. And it's a cute little book. Characters were based on Mowgli stories in the Jungle Book and the second Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling from 2021. Okay, the Jungle Book by Disney. This is a little story about a little boy named Mowgli, a big bear named Baloo, and a jungle journey toward home. Deep in the jungle, Bagheera the panther was out hunting. He discovered a baby tucked inside a shipwrecked boat. Why, it's a man cub, he thought. This little chap needs food and a mother's care. Perhaps Mother Wolf will look after him. Mother Wolf agreed to help. They named the man cub Mowgli. He grew up safe and happy in the jungle. Mowgli loved being a wolf pup, but everything changed when Mowgli was 10 years old. Shere Khan, the man-eating tiger, heard about the man cub and came searching for him. Ooh. The wolves held an urgent meeting to discuss Mowgli's future. They agreed Bagheera should take the boy to the man village where he would be safe. The next morning, Bagheera and Mowgli set off for a long journey. Mowgli was angry and upset. He didn't understand why he had to leave the jungle. It was his home. When darkness fell, Bagheera and Mowgli settled down to sleep in a tree. Nearby, Kaa, the snake, was hiding in some leaves. Kaa slithered around the man cub. Kaa's shining yellow eyes seemed to have magic powers. A magic power on Mowgli. The boy sank into a deep trance. Kaa slowly wound himself around Mowgli, ready to swallow him up. Suddenly, Bagheera woke up and sprang at Kaa. He gave that snake a terrible blow and sent him slithering away into the jungle. At dawn, Mowgli ran off, and Bagheera had a cat caught up with him. He wanted to continue toward the man village, but Mowgli wouldn't go. He grabbed a hold of a tree trunk and held on tight. That made Bagheera very cross, and he ran off, leaving the man cub all alone. But not for long. Mowgli met a friendly bear named Baloo. "Well now, what do we have here?" Baloo asked. Mowgli introduced himself. He told Baloo that he wanted to stay in the jungle. "Well, little britches," said Baloo, "I'm going to show you." Baloo enjoyed teaching his new friend about the bare necessities of life. Soon Mowgli could fight like a bear, growl like a bear, and even scratch like a bear. Later that afternoon, Mowgli and Baloo waded into the river to keep cool, and as they floated along, Mowgli sat on Baloo's tummy, and the big bear fell asleep. Monkeys were watching from the trees, and they swung down and grabbed the man cub. "Hey, let go of me," Mowgli shouted. Baloo woke up with a jump, but it was too late. The monkeys were already carrying Mowgli off to a ruined temple where they lived. At the ruined temple, Louie, the king of the apes, offered to help Mowgli stay in the jungle. In return, he wanted the secret of the man's red fire. Meanwhile, Bagheera heard Mowgli's cries, and he found Baloo, who explained what happened. The two planned to rescue Mowgli. King Louie declared that they should have a great feast and dance in honor of Mowgli. Mowgli's feet began to tap to the music, and he joined in the fun, just as Baloo and Bagheera had reached the temple. "Who is this lady ape, Baloo?" King Louie rushed over to ask the lady ape to dance, but as Baloo danced, his disguise began to fall off. The monkey realized they had been tricked. A ruckus began. Bagheera rushed over to help, and Baloo knocked down part of the temple. They grabbed Mowgli, and they ran to the safety of the jungle. The man cub must go back to the man village. Bagheera insisted the jungle is not a place for him. But the next morning, Mowgli ran off again. Bagheera insisted that they would have to find Mowgli before Shere Khan did. not knowing that Shere Khan was close by and listening. Shere Khan caught Mowgli's scent. He found him and leaped at him and then jolted to a stop. Baloo had caught him by the tail. Shere Khan had roared with rage, flipped Baloo over his head, and the great bear hit the ground with a great thud. Suddenly, lightning struck a tree nearby and it burst into flames. Shere Khan was terrified of fire. Mowgli picked up a burning branch and tied it to the tiger's tail. Shere Khan screamed and fled into the jungle, never to be seen again. Mowgli ran over to Baloo, who was lying very still. "Baloo, get up!" Mowgli cried. "Oh no! Baloo! Was Baloo dead?" No, Baloo had rubbed his eyes, and Mowgli laughed, threw his arms around the big bear's neck. A short time later, when there was 3 friends, they had reached the man village. They heard singing. A young girl was fetching water at the river. She turned and smiled and right back at Mowgli, and then he tricked her then he picked up the girl's water jug and followed her. Just before Mowgli entered the village, he turned to smile at his old friends. "Mowgli is where he belongs," sighed Bagheera. "Come on," said Baloo. "Let's get back to where we belong." And as the sun set, the 2 friends headed back toward the jungle, singing and dancing happily. And that's a cute little book that will be going to the Candy Kitchen.